Drafting with Numot is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com and GatheringMagic.com. Explore the game.
Hello friends, Kenji here again for another episode of Drafting with Numot. Hopefully you all enjoyed last week's Legacy Cube draft. This time I thought I would change things up a little bit. Both Legacy Cube and Triple Odyssey draft are going to be available until the 28th online, so by the time you guys see this on the 26th, you'll have a few days to give Triple Odyssey a chance. So let's do this. Now, a lot of the cards are going to be what are considered underpowered, I guess, but that's just a result of the changing times, power creep, etc., etc. So hopefully you guys will learn something about Triple Odyssey and hope to bring you a good draft. Let's go. Alrighty, off to the races we go for our Odyssey draft. This is Triple Odyssey, so it's a little bit different than Block. This format is all about graveyard interaction, namely Threshold. So a lot of the cards you're going to see here, not too great. But then again, there are some very nice ones. So immediately popping out to us are Wild Mongrel and Cephalid Looter, two of the best commons in this format. Wild Mongrel you guys are probably used to by now because it's in a lot of other formats that they bring out, with Cube and whatnot. But Cephalid Looter might not look like the greatest. I mean, in limited formats, looters are always good. But in Triple Odyssey, this is especially good because of Threshold. I don't think there are any cards currently in this pack that require Threshold, but I'll point one out as soon as we see one. For that reason, like cards like Need for Speed, where you sacrifice a land to put, sacrificing a land, putting one in your graveyard is surprisingly good. I'm going to go ahead and take the Mongrel here, because I don't have much time, and I'd rather take Mongrel than Looter, although it's very, very close. Alright. I don't see any Threshold cards here either, so that's a little bit surprising, but if you missed in the last pack, and in this pack now there's a card called Partic Firecat. If this is in the graveyard, then it counts towards a card named Flameburst, which is also in this format. I'll show it to you guys later if we find one, but anything that puts cards in the yards is generally going to be okay. Anyways, cards that I think are good here. Patrol Hound's fine. It's clearly not on the same level as Wild Mongrel, which is odd because they're the same cycle. You know, the 2-mana hounds, but I think the best card here is probably Innocent Blood. Now, it may not look that amazing, but, well, if you're the only one without a creature, then your opponent's just going to sacrifice a creature for 1 black mana, puts a card in the yard, even 2 sometimes. Going to go ahead and take that here. Looking to stay green because Wild Mongrel is that good. Now, in this pack, alright, so here we go. Here's a Threshold card, and it's one of the better ones. Hollowed Healer, 1 white, 2 colorless. It's a 1/1, but you can tap it to prevent the next 2 damage that would be dealt to target creature or player this turn. Now that is excellent by itself. In any limited format, you would happily take this pretty highly. In fact, it's a very high pick in this pack too. And with Threshold, you can prevent 4 damage that would be dealt to target creature or player this turn. Now Threshold is if you have 7 or more cards in your graveyard. So a card like Hollowed Healer is very, very nice. You know, the only other good card in this pack, or at least on the same power level as Hollowed Healer, is the Elephant Ambush here. 2 green, 2 colorless, instant. Put a 3/3 green elephant into play, and it has flashback. That's something I forgot to mention. This format has a lot of cards that have flashback, so discarding cards is sometimes an advantage. And given the fact that I already have this Mongrel here, I think we're just going to slam up that Elephant Ambush and be very, very happy about it. This next pack has 0 green cards and 0 black cards, save for Sarkatog. But that's not what we want to take here. I think the best card in this pack is Laquatus's Creativity. 1 blue, 4 colorless, target player draws cards equal to the number of cards in his or her hand, then discards that many cards. So if you have, 3 cards in your hand when you cast this, then you're drawing 3 and discarding 3. And again, in a format dominated by getting cards in your graveyard, this is surprisingly good. Blue is just about the best color in this format anyway, so I don't mind taking a blue card over, nothing else, I suppose. Dematerialize is fine, and Peek is also fine as a way to gain info and get a card in the yard. But we'll go ahead and take the Laquatus's creativity here and see where this leads. Okay, well, it looks like blue's open. We have a Psionic Gift here and a Repel. Both quite decent. Other good cards in this pack. Krosan Archers is nice. It's a 2/3 reach for 4, which is, perfectly fine by itself. And then you can pay a green, discard a card to give it +0/+2 until end of turn. So any creature that's, good by itself and then has an ability where you can discard cards, usually puts it over the top in this format, which is why I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Archer here over like Psionic Gift or Repel. Here's a green card with Threshold. Certainly a nice one too if you have it. 1 green, 2 colorless, enchant creature gets +2/+2. Threshold, well, it's a lure effect. Quite nice, especially on a card like Wild Mongrel. I'm going to go ahead and just take the Archer here, though. This is much higher to pick than the Desire, and we'll see about those blue cards. Oh, baby. Well, blue is indeed open. Now, Cognivore's not a very good card, but Thought Eater and Careful Study are both very, very solid. I mean, this pack also has 2 very good black cards in it. Dirty Wererat. I was just talking about creatures that have decent stats on their own, and then if they have, a discard ability in this format, it just really puts them over the top. So if you have Threshold, this is a 4 mana 4/5 that can regenerate. Granted, it can't block, but that's very, very good in this format. Skeletal Scrying. You can exile cards in your graveyard and draw cards. Here, though, I'm going to go ahead and just take the Thought Eater. 2 mana 2/2 in this format is nice. The downside is not too relevant, and again, blue is the best color. So I think we're going to put this Innocent Blood in the sideboard for now. Probably end up taking Seafloor Debris at this point. This is a cycle of lands, 1 of each color. They come into play tapped. They add a basic type, and then you can also sacrifice them to add 1 of any color. So it's good for splashes, and it's good for Threshold. And Seize the Day is an interesting one. I don't know why that's still here. Refresh is not that great of a card. I think here I'm just going to take Fledging Imp and stay open on the black cards. We're certainly wanting to be green, but we're uncertain about either the blue or the black. There's also another cycle of cards called the Eggs. They cost 1 mana. They're artifacts. You can pay 2, tap them, and sacrifice them to add 2 of certain colors to your mana pool, and then you also draw a card. So it's a cheap cantrip that gets a card in the yard. Here, I think I like taking Careful Study over Scrivener, although both are good. Filthy Cur's passable, but not the greatest. I'm just going to go ahead and take the Careful Study. No reason to take a Scrivener yet, I don't think. And Careful Study is a nice way to filter your draws and, again, get cards in the graveyard. Alright, this pack is pretty poor. Nothing really here for me. This card's not playable. We'll just hate on a Skull Fracture just in case. Alright. This card is okay. 6 mana is a lot for a 3/4, but you can play it in any deck because it's colorless, and you can sacrifice it, draw a card. But I mean, if this was 5 mana, yeah, it'd be a slam pick for sure. But 6 mana is just so expensive in this format. I think I'll just take the Seafloor Debris as one of those lands that I was talking about. All right, well, 2 decent black cards here. Not the greatest, and Escape Artist is completely fine. Again, another it's not amazing, sure. 1/1 for 2 mana. It can't be blocked, but a discard outlet for Threshold shenanigans. All right, we'll take Think Tank. Haven't really played much with this card. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at that top card of your library. You can put that card into your graveyard, but it seems fine, serviceable if nothing else. All right, and another Seafloor Debris, pretty good. Oh, 3. Now that means splashing isn't going to be too hard, although you don't really want to run too many of these because they do come into play tapped, so setting you back on tempo is a little bit awkward. Beyond the first few green cards, like I first picked the Mongrel and then got, 3rd or 4th pick, Ambush and Archer. There wasn't too much green. Now what do we got here? Pretty nice pack, honestly. Pretty nice pack. 10 mana, take 2 extra turns. Not castable and limited. even with ramp, not castable. The 2 cards that I'm looking at here are Werebear, 1/1 for a green and a colorless, so you can tap to add 1 to your mana pool, so it's a bit of a ramp. Threshold, it gets +3/+3. So this has the ability to be a 2 mana 4/4. That also ramps you. Yeah, this card is very good. The other great card in this pack is going to be the Chamber of Manipulation. It's a 2 blue, 2 colorless, enchant land. Okay, so if you want to use and cast and use it in the same turn, you're going to have 5 mana. Enchant land has discard a card, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Now the creature doesn't gain haste, so you can't attack with it or anything, but this kills attacks of the opponent and also takes away a blocker from them. And in conjunction with cards like Innocent Blood, you can take a creature, sacrifice it. You know the deal. I'm going to go ahead and take the Chamber here. I do think it's the better card. It's also uncommon, so I'm unlikely to see another one. Hopefully I don't get punished. Whoa, baby. Well, again, with the best... the best, if not one of the best commons in the format, Wild Mongrel. This card is just brutal. You play this early, and unless they have a pacifism effect or a hard kill, you're going to be in great shape. What am I passing here? Predict is fine. Another Think Tank. Hopefully we'll Muscle Burst, but that's unlikely. There here is an answer to Wild Mongrel. Pacifism effect, but really happy to take that. And this looks like an easy Nantuko Disciple to me. We've seen this iteration of card multiple times, maybe not Nantuko Disciple, but creatures that, can pump other creatures. This one's a 4 mana 2/2. You can pay a green, tap it, target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So no restrictions on when you can give the creature the pump, which makes this really nice. It's both good offensively and defensively. We're only passing like a Chatter of the Squirrel, which would be fine in this type of deck where you have a lot of discard outlets. Careful Study, Double Mongrel, Chamber of Manipulation, Creativity. Rites of Spring is also fine, but we're not gonna take any of those cards for the Disciple. Yeah, I think that's an easy pick too. And here we have a Peek, a Predict, and a Dematerialize, which is not amazing. If this was an instant, it would be a lot better, clearly. The fact that this is sorcery speed makes it quite a bit worse. And 7's a lot of mana to get to. I think here we're going to want to take either the Peek or the Predict. Now, I do like Predict. It does get a card in the yard, and you can potentially draw 2 cards. But Peek is valuable, and then it also puts a card in the yard, and it guarantees you a card draw. Plus, you know what the opponent's working with. You know what to play around. I think here we're going to go with the Predict. We're likely to see more Peeks, and Predict has the higher upside potential. Ooh, this is a nice pack. Certainly a very nice pack. Cartographer is one of the better gray ogres that you can pick up in this format. Again, with so many discard effects or outlets, the ability to regain one of those cards you discarded, if it happens to be a land, is really solid. And 2/2s in this format for 3 are fine. Krosan Avenger is another nice one. 3 mana, 3/1 trample. And then Threshold, so 7 or more cards in your graveyard. It has the ability to regenerate. Self-Led Scout is nice as a 1/1 flying creature for 2. And you can turn your late game lands, or extra excess lands, into a card, and again, putting cards in the yard. I think here, though, we're going to take the Bearscape and be very, very happy with it. We have so many ways to put cards in the yard, and we don't have any Threshold cards yet. So the ability to turn the cards that we dump into 2/2s, that's very, very powerful. Looks like a Krosan Avenger to me, although I will pick up a Refresh at some point, hopefully. It's not the most amazing combat trick, but it gets the job done, and it cantrips. Anything that cantrips is generally going to be okay. But I think I just want the creature. Passing another sack land, but we already have the 3 Seafloor Debris, and again, I don't know if I'm going to be playing all of those, given that we have no Threshold cards at the moment, besides the Avenger, which I'm about to take. Good pickup. Oh, it looks like we did wield a Muscle Burst. This is pick 7. Yeah, this is pick 7, so this wasn't on the wheel. This is just the last pack that we hadn't seen. Muscle Burst is pretty good. It combos with Diligent Farmhand, which we haven't seen yet, but I'll point it out if we do see one. Again, another Cycling Egg. I think there are 5 of them. There could be 10, though. I don't remember how many color combination eggs they have. in this format. They're uncommon, all of them. Last Rites is a very solid card, and especially in conjunction with Peak. Yeah, that's a nice one. But we'll go ahead and just take Muscle Burst. Nothing else there for us. Okay, nothing here except a Sky Shooter, which is fine. There are a lot of nice flyers in the format, and Sky Shooter can just deal with them. A 1/2 for 2 is obviously not what you want to be running, but in a pinch, it's a fine, serviceable card. Surprised that Frenetic Ogre is going so late. This card, again, it doesn't look good. 2/3 for 5. You can pay a red discarded card to give it +3/+0, but getting cards in the yard is so relevant in the format. Ooh, very happy to wield the Peak. So this was our opening pack. I must have miscounted because that was pick 8, so this is pick 9. Yeah, happy to take the Peak. Deck is turning out quite nice. We're just going to need to pick up a few more creatures, hopefully. I don't think I'm going to want to take double Think Tank. Maybe? Certainly not playing either of these cards. They're both pretty poor. Oh, we did get the Rites of Spring back. Now, Moment's Peace is a card I am a fan of, even though fogs are generally not what you want to be doing in this format. Or, sorry, in Limited. Maybe not specifically this format, but just in Limited in general. And, again, you can just discard this card to one of your discard effects and have the ability to flash it back so you're still gaining value. But Rites is very solid as well. You can turn your extra lands into Threshold. So you can pay 1 green, 1 colorless, discard any number of cards, search your library for up to that many basic lands, and then put them in your hand. So it just turns in any extra cards in your hand into land. 4 Seafloor Debris. Oh, we did get a refresh back. Alright, that's nice. Looking at our creature count, it's a little bit low. We have 20 main deckable cards currently, maybe 19 if I cut one of the Think Tanks, and only 9 creatures. It says 8, but you have to remember we have the Elephant Ambush. Although I guess that's also a little bit under what we actually have, since Bearscape is also a creature or multiple. Yeah. I guess our game plan is just to go turn 2 Wild Mongrel and see if they can deal with it. This is a pretty solid deck overall. I guess our blue is not that amazing, but our green is real nice. It's possible I shouldn't have been in blue, but again, blue is considered the best color in this format. And we'll see what pack 3 gives us. Oh boy. Repentant Vampire. 2 black, 3 colors, 3/3 flying. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Repentant Vampire this turn dies, put a 1/1 counter on it. Threshold. Threshold, it has the ability to just tap it, destroy target black creature. Wow. That's a very good card. Just as a 5-mana 3/3 flyer would already be good. The fact that it has the vampire ability to eat a creature and put 1/1 counters on it is even better. For us, though, well, we have some nice picks. Rabid Elephant, Krosan Archer, and Chatter of the Squirrel. And you know what? It might not look amazing, but Rabid Elephant is very, very hard to deal with without an instant kill spell. If they block it with any creature, it gets +2/+2. And then it gets +2/+2 for each additional creature that blocks it. So it's very hard to deal with this card in face-to-face combat. And yeah, nice one. Hopefully we'll like Leaf Dancer or Chatter, but I would not be surprised if we did not wheel anything. Ooh, another nice pick here for us. Ivy Elemental, one of the best green cards that you can open, really. It's just 1 green X, enters the battlefield with X 1/1 counters on it. So you can play this on turn 4 as a 3/3, turn 5 as a 4/4, etc., etc. And given that this format generally doesn't have too many big creatures, this can easily just dominate the board. Cards I am passing that I don't like passing. Nomad Decoy, this is one of the best uncommons. It's 1 white, 2 colorless for a 1/2. You can pay a white to tap it. Threshold, you can pay 2 white to tap 2 creatures. Pretty crazy if they don't have a way to deal with it. Silent Gift is good. It's Hermetic Study, if you guys know that card from Saga Block. 1 blue, 1 colorless enchant creature. Gets you can tap it, deal 1 damage to target creature player. Another Desire, another Repel. Very happy to take Ivy Elemental. Pretty happy to take another Rabid Elephant here too. Although we are passing another Archer and a Repel. Another Egg, some random junk. Alright, there's our top end. I think I can probably cut one of these Think Tanks. I'm not the biggest fan of Sky Shooter. If if I have the capability of doing so, I'll leave this in the sideboard and just sideboard it in. Escape Artist isn't that great. Yeah, it looks like we're just looking for maybe a few more cards that can replace our less than optimals. A Mugaba. That card is indeed a limited bomb. Problem is, it's 7 mana. Again, this is like it's a bomb, but it's 7 mana. That's the problem, right? In a deck where you're generally going to be discarding a lot of your cards, it's very, very hard to get to 7. I'm almost tempted to take the Milliken over it. This is just a two colorless artifact creature. It's a 0/1, and it can ramp you in addition to getting Threshold. Oof. I mean, it's possible I could go 18 land here and try to run the Amugaba. I think I'm going to just take it on power level. The card's too big. Oh, there we go. Wow, look at this pack. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cards in this pack that I would play happily. Here's the Diligent Farmhand I was talking about. 1 green, 1/1. You can pay a green and colors and sacrifice it to search your library for a basic land card and put it into play tapped. And then it also pumps up Muscle Burst. So it counts as a Muscle Burst in the graveyard. Wow, this pack is insane, though. I think I need to take a creature here. Man. Why did they have to all jam them into one pack for me? I might go with Fisher here, but Springing Tiger is also very good. I think because we have so many discard effects, I'm going to want to take the Springing Tiger. Don't be surprised if we wheel something out of that pack. Wow, another Chamber of Manipulation? I don't think I can play 2. And I don't think Scrivener's good here because we don't have that many instants. We have Refresh, Predict, Muscle Burst, Peak. That's not good enough value. I don't think I need another Careful Study either. I think I'll just take the Chamber of Manipulation number 2 and not main deck it. Okay. This looks not good. We'll just hate on a Shelter. One of the better white combat tricks. If you guys played any Vintage Masters, you know that this was a nice white one. Alright. Ooh. Well, okay, that's interesting. There's another Muscle Burst here, but I will happily take the Diligent Farmhand at this point. Helps the Mugaba, helps Muscle Burst. Yada, yada, yada. Alright, wield the Leaf Dancer. And nothing else to say, really. Ooh, a Repel, too. Alright, our deck is really turning out nice. Got some fringe cards. Can probably start cutting the chaff. Chaff? Whatever the word is. You know, I'm really just tempted to cut the Amugaba. It's so spicy, but it's so expensive. Again, 7 mana is so hard to get in this format. And I already have plenty of good playable cards without it. Probably looking to cut the Lyrist. I'm going to cut the Amugaba. That might not be what you guys want to see, but I'm going to do it. Probably can cut maybe Leaf Dancer or Think Tank. I don't know. Again, I haven't had the chance to play with this, but it seems good. It seems like you're scrying every turn, and it can enable the Threshold. Which I guess isn't relevant really for us, but it's still something that I think I want to try. Maybe we just cut the second Rites of Spring. Ship it like this. Ooh, well, we got the Cartographer back. Absolutely playing that one too. Interesting, interesting. So pack 3 really helped us out. A little bit unfortunate that some of the packs had multiple of the cards that we would have liked to pick up. Cards I have to consider: Rites, Amugaba. I don't think we want to run the second Chamber of Manipulation. And yeah, that's about it. Let's see here. How many cards with Threshold do I have? We have the Krosan Avenger. and the Springing Tiger. And then cards that care about cards in the graveyard, we have Cartographer, Bearscape. Okay, so we still want a lot of discard effects just to enable the Bearscape a little bit more. So I'm tempted to cut the Laquatus's creativity here, just because it's the most expensive of our ways to get cards in the yard. But again, if you have 3 cards in your hand when you cast this, you're just drawing 3, discarding 3, which is so powerful. An interesting predicament. I'm sorry, Amugaba. I really am. You know what? It might be better to just run like a Rites of Spring over Laquatus's creativity. This fuels the Bearscape quite a bit. And, you know, again, if you're just discarding lands and getting lands, then Cartographer gets better. I mean, I think it's better for Threshold, too. Hell, I might just... Can I afford to cut Careful? No. Careful Study is kind of like a Rites of Spring, except cheaper. One more card to cut. If I want to get that Rites of Spring in. Maybe it's just Refresh. Refresh isn't the greatest. Maybe it's Think Tank? Am I overrating this card? Even though I've never played with it? I could be. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may put that card into your graveyard. That seems good. That seems very good. I don't know. I can't cut that. I almost want to run the second one. Oh, decisions, my friends. Decisions. I think I'm going to YOLO it. I think I'm going to cut the Refresh. I'm going to say sorry to Amugaba. And I'm going to run the Rites of Spring. Is this correct? This is the question. You know, I didn't realize how close to mono green that we were. I have 7 blue cards in this deck. We could almost go mono green. Splash like Repel. Wow, we could almost just go mono green, splash like Repel or something. That's kind of crazy. Is that better? Oh gosh, give me a minute here. Give me a second. I gotta check this. Because our blue is not that good. It's fine, but it's not amazing, right? Get the second Rites of Spring in there. Get the Sky Shooter. Get the Lyrist. I only need 3 cards, 2 cards maybe. Maybe this seems a little bit worse. Those other green cards aren't very good. Alright, let's get back in there. Can I really take advantage of Chamber of Manipulation in this deck? Maybe I cut Chamber and run a Mugaba? Could that be correct? It's so hard to decide. I think I had this same problem in my last draft video. When it's coming down to the last few cards, I always can't decide on what to do. There's so many good ones. I think I'll leave it like it is, though. I think I'll leave it like it is. No Seafloor Debris for me. I think we have way enough ways to get cards in the yard. Maybe just one, just for value. But otherwise, I don't want them to come into play tapped. Can pretty easily get away with 9-8, I think. Even though we don't have that many blue cards, our green is not that prohibitive. And the Seafloor Debris can add green on its own. If I want to sacrifice it, yeah. Well, I think I'll go like this. Try this out. Leave comments down below if you think I should be running something else, or if you have a better opinion on the way I could have built this deck. But overall, I think it's very solid. Double Mongrel, double Rabid Elephant. We got Ambush, Bearscape, Disciple, Ivy Elemental. Quite strong. Yep, we're gonna ship this, and I'll see you guys for round 1.
Thank you for watching Drafting with Numot. If you haven't already subscribed to Gathering Magic, you can do so to receive news of upcoming videos and discover new content. You can also check out our playlist that contains every episode of Drafting with Numot. And don't forget, you can easily watch the next video by clicking on the annotation on screen or a direct link in the video's description box. And as always, thanks for watching.